Today's drawing is going to be going out to my sister for inspiring me for this idea. But regardless, here are all of my prints I've done so far if you're interested in any of them up on Etsy. But today, our prompt is, oh geez, oh my god, I remember. Oh, okay, it was pressure. I didn't need to look that up. I remembered. Okay, I almost just regardless. My first idea was to just draw my regular artist character, but once again, I said that I'm not really trying to draw the same character over and over and over, especially if it's me. I don't really want to draw me over and over, even though I do like my design of my artist character. It's just a little ridiculous drawing myself over and over, and you know, I ain't that cute. But regardless, I drew my sister, which is kind of funny because she is my twin, so if I got tired of drawing me, I'm just drawing a person who looks exactly like me, so kind of dumb, but one of my sisters, she is very much like constantly needing or looking for something to do and getting very, you know, being like, I'm running out of time to do this, or so, and she's very like, she says that constantly. She's like, can time just stop? So she like jokingly says that to me, so I made a print inspired of her little artist character, and I put it has an eye in the background because I felt like I wanted to draw, usually when I draw my artist character, I draw some sort of eye in the background because I have these characters that usually follow my artist character around, which are like just these like shadows of like cyclopses with these eyes. So I usually lean towards putting like eyes in the background, like someone following you, the pressure of, you know, kind of just someone watching you. But I felt like it was more on a brand for my sister for me to put a clock in the background, so you will see that, and it has the words I'm wasting my time on it. So that's my concept for today, is pressure of time. You know, it's a real thing, okay? You know, time limit and time restraints are just very, you know, it is pressure, okay? Almost like me doing these 2 challenges for October is very pressuring. It's not, I'm okay. But regardless, this is like the first drawing in a while that I've drawn of her, and I feel like if you haven't seen her character is so great. She does these different versions of herself. She calls her mini-me's, where she does different versions of her character, but this is her main artist character, and I think it's very lovely. This one, I also do end up adding this fun red color accent, because if you don't know, my sister's favorite color is red. She absolutely loses her mind over that color. I yell at her so much because she designs characters, and I kid you not, she has, like, if I said she had thousands of characters, you could believe me if you looked at how many she has. So, but she very much tends to all her characters. She's very good at having all, like, hundreds of characters and somehow drawing all of them. This thing, prompt, pressure, concept was time pressure. I think we got that. But I think my hand on the right side is good, but the hand on the left looks a little weird. And I feel like they are very, I don't know, they don't look like they are like against her head. So it's a little wonk, but that's okay. You know, we live and we learn, and we draw and we learn. So, you know. I'm like, now that I've like ate a bunch of food, I'm like now exhausted. No. You can see in the background that I added the clock in the background. I still added an eye on it, so that whole concept of the eye in the background is still there, but you know, we've changed it to a clock. And I do this like swirl effect starting from the clock in the background. You will see that in a hot minute. but that is what I did for the background. My sister is very into, her favorite pattern on this earth is a checkerboard. You know, she just likes it. I don't know if it's just because she loves FNAF and like it reminds her of like the flooring for, I guess, the pizzeria or like that kind of style in a sense, or if it reminds her of, you know, the carpet at a Chuck E. Cheese or something. But she likes checkerboard and she loves black, white, and red. She loves that color scheme. So that's what this whole thing I went with. So I wanted to do some sort of pattern in the background. It didn't have to be crazy. So I just went with those swirls. She's also very into doing pattern work, which is something I love for her because she's very good at it. I am not great at it. I feel like that's something I could work on. Pattern prints are like so pretty to me. I don't know why. There's something very elegant about looking at just fun little patterns. You know, it being just checkerboard, or, you know, that's like some of the most known ones are like, you know, the plain zigzag kind of thing. But patterns are so fun. You know, they don't have to be, can't think of the word I'm thinking of, but they don't have to be like equal. You know, the pattern doesn't have to be the same every time. It can be different, change it up. But, yeah, she's very into patterns, so I wanted to do something for the background, but not anything crazy. So I love this drawing that I did of her character, her little artist character. I feel it's the best I've done for her, and she has this cute little, well, she changes it between a crop top and this sweater, but it splits down the middle, and on one side it's these like thick, chunky red stripes, and the other side are these smaller gray stripes with like a white in the background. And she actually owns that shirt. I got it for her with my parents' money. I did order it, and she loves it so much. It's a crop top kind of thing. It has the same thing, but instead of gray stripes, it's black stripes. So it's red stripes and then black stripes. You get it. But that's kind of stuck with her whole look and style. I feel like her style is so fun. But I like the idea of someone having a style that's like black, white, and red, but very into those sort of I feel like retro, not maybe retro patterns, but these like patterns where you think of like ink splots, where you look at them and like try to determine what they are, or like very like the hypnotic kind of swirl patterns, like illusions. That's very like her city, I feel. So, and you can see me here sketching those circles. So that's what I ended up going with. A fun little character trait that her and my artist character share. I have these two little floofs on the top of my head for like hair, which is just a fun thing I added. I don't know when I came up with that, but they're just some things that I do that have stuck, and that was one of them for my artist character. But I was looking at Katie's, that's her name if you didn't know, and I was looking at her artist character, and I noticed that recently she had added this like inverted version, and I pointed it out to her, and I was like, did you know that you unconsciously did the same design, just inverted for your hair, for your character, artist character? She's like, oh my god. So, you know, even our artist characters may not look like they're exactly twins, but there's like subconscious things that we both included in our character design. So you'll see like the little inverted hair pieces, but you can also see this little swirl Katie has on the top of her head, almost like where her hair part is, and that's the same swirl I do for the pupils of my eyes. And we both never really thought about it until I pointed it out one day and really like sat down because I was drawing her character, and I was like, you know, we've never like pointed that out, that those are like exactly similar. So that's one of the things that is crazy about being a twin, is when you unconsciously just do things that are very similar, but you know, it's fun. It's a funny coincidence. But I think that's the only super samey kind of detail we have going on. Other than that, I think it's just, other than, you know, little similarities of like facial features and stuff. I know that we both draw our characters in striped shirts, but her shirt she owns. I don't own the shirt I draw with my artist character in, so, you know. But I liked striped shirts, and so does she, so, you know, work, I guess. But in her little sweater is very cute. She loves sweaters. She wears them all the time, so I drew her in a little sweater here. And since it's like, it's getting, you know, into October, it's getting cold, and I was like, I feel like I should draw a sweater today, okay? I like drawing the little puffy sleeves, and I love giving her character. I know her, she complains to me all the time that I draw like little details, just like, I make them way more like different than they need to be, okay? I sometimes change things for a character and she gets annoyed. But I love drawing her sweater, and I don't think she minds this one. I like drawing her sweater, like collar, very like chunky, like a turtleneck, and I've toned it down here, but I usually make it pretty big. I don't know, I think it's so fun. I love drawing like chunky turtlenecks. I don't know if anyone else like enjoys doing that, but I do. So yeah. For this red, I use the PH Martin's watercolor, and I've talked about these watercolors a little bit. I only recommend them for coloring ink stuff, but you can also see that they're a little like blotchy, if you will. I'm not sure why they get like that. I just mixed it with water, and for watercolors, they don't really mix that well with water. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, or because I've used watercolors plenty of times and I don't really have that much of a problem. I end up doing a print in the future with I do an ink and then a watercolor over it, and I went back to some more I don't know if you say professional, I'm not sure if they're a professional brand, but they weren't cheap. So some higher quality watercolors, and they were just so much more easy to work with. They didn't give me this like texture, so it's almost like they're just I feel like if I took a PH Martin's colored ink, I don't know if they have them, but if they do, I feel like they would just look maybe better if I added just some regular PH ink with water instead of taking their watercolor, because it doesn't look that great. But the solid color looks fine, like the solid out of the bottle, but once you mix it with water, it's just not that great. If you've used them, let me know if there's just a way I'm not using them correctly, but it could just be a supply that's just an art supply that's just not that great, so, you know. But their inks are great, so I highly recommend those. The matte black one that I'm using, it dries really fast. So yeah, if you're wanting to do Inktober, but the ink doesn't dry fast enough, I recommend the PH Martin's ones. I'm using the matte specifically. So, but I recommend that. The watercolors I don't recommend too much. They're really not great. I did get mine on clearance at a art studio that is, it's kind of far from me, but I did get it there because it was like they have like a place in the back where it's like everything's on clearance, and apparently in packaging, one of the bottles had leaked, and I was like, I'm never gonna take an opportunity to get like a huge pack of things just because one bottle broke. So I got it for like dirt cheap. So I don't know if it was just the products in that one that were bad, but you never know. I don't know. I mean, I don't think they'd be bad because like all of them were like packaged normally, except just that one just leaked the one bottle in there. But it was like a package of like 10. If you're an artist, maybe you've seen it, but I got it for like dirt cheap, and you know, they're okay at the price I got them, but I'm not sure the original price, so I wouldn't feel good about recommending them when I don't really like them, even though I got them for really cheap, you know? So if you use just the base colors, they're okay for using as just filling color for under ink. I wouldn't recommend using them as an ink, maybe not. Some of them can be pretty transparent. I feel like you'd have to go over it, and I'm not sure how. Well, actually, no, I wouldn't recommend using them as an ink because if they mix up with pencil, they look not great. So, but if you're like wanting to do solid ink and like nothing under it, and you want, I don't know, just something that's not ink to do that. I don't know why you do that. No, I'm just gonna just buy them if you want them. If you're gonna go with something for inks, just buy the regular P.H. Martin inks. They're great. I'm not sure what this watercolor's doing, you know? So, anyway, here's my liner, white liner for this. I usually always get to add this white liner to all my drawings, and I'm like, oh my god, it saved it. So, yeah. But regardless, closing in on the final piece here, let me know what you think. If you like it, once again, this is my sister's artist character. She's in the description, but let me know what you think. I think this is a great concept. It kind of reminds me of like Alice in Wonderland with that kind of a spiral kind of thing. I don't know. It kind of just reminds me of Alice in Wonderland. Don't know why, it just does. But if you like this print, it's up on Etsy like usual. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for supporting me. Love you guys a lot. And I will see you tomorrow when our next 2 prints are up. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.